Let's start with Sons of the Forest. First Forest game was a hit and still is. It was made with a $125,000 budget and managed to sell more than 5 million copies. So the second part of the game is more than anticipated. It looks gorgeous. This chopping of a tree is absolutely the best I have ever seen. And you know what? I can't be sure, but it seems that we can have a mutant waifu here. You find her freezing by your cabin, and then in the summer you go on picnic together. She looks like a handy woman. She can surely stand for herself. You know, the number of her hands or legs may not be only thing she has more than usual woman has. And yeah, I'm talking about boobies. Also, this trailer is probably just a version of a game if you play as a man. If you play as a woman, you will probably get a dude with several peepises? Peepi? Anyway, the game looks gorgeous and creepy at the same time, just like the first Forest, although developers have way bigger budget now and can create as many body parts anywhere they want. Icarus. This is player versus environment survival game for up to 8 co-op players. You will endure a savage alien wilderness on a hostile planet and probably not survive its brutal environment as you explore, harvest, craft and hunt while seeking your fortune. Icarus was once destined to be a second Earth, but when terraforming collapsed, the air turned toxic and humanity's hopes of colonizing a new world just died. From the orbital space station, prospectors, and you among them, drop down to the planet's surface for limited time mission sessions in search of rare, valuable, exotic materials. I don't know what they are, but if you risk your life for them, they must probably be in the same league as, I don't know, hangover-free vodka, for example. Something really valuable and worth dying for. Those lucky enough to survive will return to orbit to convert their exotic materials into advanced technology and take on even more challenging drops. If you die, you start over. Game will be free to play, and that raises all the red flags I have. It should raise yours as well. Ark 2. This is a next-generation sandbox survival experience, so it will probably be quite similar to the first part in many aspects. This time around, we will be dealing with some troll-looking creatures a bit similar to your mother-in-law, in addition to the fast and furious dinosaurs. There may also be more of a story, because a famous actor Vin Diesel is one of the protagonists in the game. Vin Diesel isn't just in Ark 2, however, he is also helping to make it. He has said that he played over 1,000 hours of Ark Survival Evolved and is serving as an executive producer on Ark 2. So if you played Ark before, you may have a real Vin Diesel in your friends list and not even know it, or you were probably killed by him. Yeah, that's more likely. And this trailer allegedly uses a game engine, although I can clearly see that it has been enhanced, and this is definitely not what you should expect in the final version. Red Frost. You will get a lot of Forest vibes in this one. Red Frost is an exciting story-driven adventure, survival and exploration game set on a rough winter climate of last century's Russia after a nuclear event has taken place. The harsh winter climate can be unforgiving and deadly, but it might also surprise you with the sheer beauty and sunshine. Well, let's be fair, beauty of Russian nature probably depends on the amount of vodka you have taken. Anyway, Red Frost features all major survival elements, such as thirst, hunger, exhaustion, hypothermia, and means to counter them. Survival, however, is meant to increase immersion, interact with a dynamic environment, and support the gameplay, rather than being the one and only dominant element like a typical survival game. That sounds awesome. The Day Before. Game looks like a nice title that merges games like Tom Clancy's The Division, The Last of Us, and even MudRunner into a one zombie apocalypse survival game. Recently I have made a whole video about this game, and only after I have uploaded it to YouTube, I have realized that the Day Before logo looks like a ripoff of The Last of Us logo. Just look at that. Well, that is never a good sign, especially when the game itself was accused to look like a ripoff of The Division. Creators clearly take fake it till you make it saying very seriously. So, what is exactly The Day Before about? First of all, we are dealing with an open-world MMO game set in a deadly post-pandemic America overrun by flesh-hungry zombies. Those who survived are killing each other for food, weapons, and cars. Again, very original, never heard before scenario. But although this game has many controversies around it, it also has great graphics, at least in this trailer. Let's hope it's real. To be fair, it would be really hard to fake 10 minutes of unedited gameplay, but you can never be sure these days. Gone Upstate. Well, I'm definitely not a fan of those oversimplified graphics. Game instantly looks cheap, but this, in my opinion, is a nice game that you should probably keep an eye on. Here you can hunt and eat animals, or be a prey yourself to dangerous fauna, including apex enemy of every survivalist, evil bear. And all that fauna wants to eat you, unless you have tattoos. You know, even famous cannibal Jeffrey Dahmer himself has not approved tattooed human meat. According to him, it tasted like shit. Well, who am I to disagree? To defend yourself, you can purchase a variety of guns and tools to aid in your adventures and survival, which also includes mushroom picking, searching for useful plants, and so on. The world is open, you can go wherever you want. Total opposite of the real world nowadays. Although when I was searching something about this game, I stumbled on developer's vlog, and what is that? In Steam, this game looks like a simple wilderness survival, but it is obviously not. That is amazing, because various fantasy creatures or spirits that you may encounter occasionally will definitely make this game better and more fun to play. Winter Survival Simulator. Very original name. It's like giving birth to a boy and then naming him a boy. But anyways, this is a really beautiful survival game. Not as beautiful as boobs or vodka, but with the graphics like these you can go a long way. Well, let me tell you about the game's plot. What was supposed to be a nice winter hike with friends turned into a dire situation and you are left alone to fight for your survival. That is cruel. Now you have no friends even in an imaginary world as well. So here, with only a few supplies, you have to fight off the cold, the evil bears, and find your way to an abandoned ranger station in hope to be able to call for help. And even if you succeed, between your calling for help and help actually arriving might take even a couple of days. And you know, in those days...
Death can happen at any moment, son. It can happen when you're happy, when you're sad, or when you owe somebody money.
Yeah, that's the real wisdom of any survival game, or just casual living in Eastern Europe. Backwoods. Also known by the Polish name of Odludzie, the action of Backwoods takes place in the Polish mountains where your hero's glider has crashed. After regaining consciousness, you discover that your phone and radio have been destroyed. Far from civilization and unable to call for help, you have no other choice but to begin a long journey through the land, which will put you to a severe test of hunger and thirst, and of course, bears. No decent survival game can be made without bears. Bears are the ultimate enemy of every survivalist, like giraffes are the ultimate enemy of short necks, I guess. Well, let's hope that this game gets English translation, because it would be a shame if it didn't. Stalker 2. First Stalker series were survival games in the very best way. You were thrown into a creepy wasteland filled with mutants and anomalies, and you had to make money by collecting rare stuff. That was the ultimate survival of the fittest, and while doing that you had to drink and eat. Also, you could drink vodka, because every game about Eastern Europe must involve some vodka. The more, the better. And everyone knows that vodka can protect you from radiation. Nah, I'm kidding. The only thing vodka can protect you from is the bright memories of the day before or a healthy liver. Stalker 2 looks awesome, but as a game that should go on early access this year, there is a really low amount of anything gameplay related that we can look at. The famous trailer with the Ferris wheel and all the anomalies was just cinematic. It was not actual gameplay. So all the gameplay we got is this short clip you are seeing right now. Well, let's hope that everything will be okay, although I'll be honest, I'm kinda worried. Breakwaters. I can't think about anything else when I hear the name of the game except this phrase.
My water just broke.
Yep, now you can't unhear it too. So in Breakwaters you will explore a procedural world with dangerous ocean depths and titanic enemies. Here you can displace water with powerful crystals harvested from the world, delve into its depths and collect rare resources, build walls to contain the ocean or block the waves and help the people rebuild from the constant destruction. I believe many women would need these crystals so they wouldn't have to clean their breakwaters afterwards. And to clear the things out, this joke was written by my fiancée, which is a woman. Anyway, that is a really cool new concept and I really like it because of the originality, despite that its graphics could be a lot better. I'm not the only one who believes in Breakwater's success. While I was creating this video, the game was still on Kickstarter and developers asked $10,000 for it to be finished. So at the moment, the campaign has still a few days before the end, but they have already collected more than $60,000, 6 times more.
Great success.
That's it, thank you for watching, have a nice day, bye.